Okay, let's warm up our bodies. Your shoulders.
I'll put the colourful one on, say.
Hey, you're so bright. You're a rainbow today. Oh, you can really tell where you're holding things, can't you? Oh, wow. Get us back in the body. I feel it a lot in my wrists. Oh, yeah. Wow. Okay, now put a smile in it and imagine that those parts of your body are starting to smile because they're so happy that they're getting attention, every muscle and every ligament. Oh, happy livers, happy hearts. Oh, how's your spleen? Is it hilarious? We don't often think of our internal organs, do we?
Well, I did it last week.
You know,
I got admitted to hospital with really big pain. Yeah, it's
oh,
continuous.
well, then you would have. Now there's the point. We think of our bodies. Boy, now I'm thinking of my toe that I broke my toe. You think of your bodies recently. I've had ulcers. You really start thinking of your bodies when they start crying or complaining or yelling at you for attention. So let's do every little cell is happy and healthy. Every little cell is happy and well. I'm so happy. I'm so free. Every little cell is happy in me. Yeah, let's put happiness into every cell, every part of our being. Oh, stretch it out, heal it out. Yay. Thank you, body. Thank you, body. Thank you, buddy. Ho, ho, ha, ha, ha. 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 Very good.
Very good.
Very good. Thank you so much for
Very
showing up.
good.
Yay.
Yay.
Celebrate the fact we're all here and we're happy, we're smiling. Isn't it a blessing we can actually smile? But after talking about you've not been well, I've not been well, talking about economic downturns and just restrictions. And I am sensing too, we all have a concern about the way the world is and where it's going and what the future looks like for not just us, just globally. But I really believe, and as you said something, Caprice, Thais are incredibly resilient. I mean, we, both Caprice and I know we have a history here, coups and floods, and Australia this last few years, fires and just incredible disasters that have been catastrophic. And we somehow do rally together and come through, and that resilience is amazing. So for me, I feel like just we need to shake off the shit, really.
Shower it off, shower it off.
Let's just shake off the shit. Let's not give it to each other. Let's just get rid of it. Let me take yours and throw it over here. And,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. All right, yeah, come on. Wrap it all up in a big ball and just push it up, and let's count to 3 and throw it behind us. 1, 2, 3. Yay!
Blows back in my face. It's flipping. Check my wind's
Clean
gone.
you all up. Let's clean each other up with the smile clean.
Thank you.
Clean
Thank you.
ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Very good. Melissa, do you have something for us?
Well,
please?
I remember I was in Thailand several times in the early 90s, and I remember Songkran, the water festival where you're throwing water and you're throwing powder on everyone. So I would like to throw water and powder at each other.
Water and powder, blessings. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so, ew.
Oh,
Oh, very
Ooh.
good, very good.
Very good. Yay.
Yay.
That's a great one. Thai New Year. That's coming up again, actually, April.
All right, yeah.
But it's perfect because it's in the hot season, and that water throwing is actually how it started. Is the elders would pour water over and bless the youngers, and the younger would thank elders, and they'd offer garlands and then pour water blessings. So now it's just become, once they've done the traditional blessing, it becomes complete horseplay. It's crazy. You can't go anywhere for a week. You cannot carry your mobile phone. You have to have it in a plastic bag. You have to wear clothes that can get soaked. You're walking around and, it's, I used to bunker under because it really is a war zone. And people have big buckets of water, like garbage cans full, huge ones, full of ice. So it's freezing cold.
Oh.
And yeah, it's really, and then they have trucks with almost like fire hoses and big bazooka guns. I mean, it is Armageddon of festivals. It's crazy. It's so
Chiang
funny.
Mai,
Go ahead.
as I say, in Chiang Mai, they have a moat around the old city. So there's actually dirty water just there, and people just climb in and get water out of there as much as anything.
It's filthy. Yeah, it's filthy.
So where does the throwing the powder, is that?
Well, I don't know even where they, I don't even know. I think it's from Holi in India because they use the colored powder and they're very similar. So you've got Holi in India, you've got it in Myanmar. Actually, the region, there's crossovers. So I think it's just part of, who knows, but yes, it's definitely alive and well. And it's quite often ice powder. Right. So it's mentholated. Your eyes really feel it, as do other body parts. It's really, and people, and they'll come up and they'll go, "Excuse me," and then they'll just blast you.
Good for
They're so polite, and then they let go. Kay, do you have something for us?
I really like how when you're in the shower and the water's just pouring down over you, that's sort of refreshing, cleansing, washing off, when you've been hot and sweaty or you're dirty, that sort of sense of being refreshed, and the fact that the water runs down all over your body. So that's what I would like to share. So I think if we can simulate the water rushing down and going all over our body, through our hair, through our face, down our neck, down our back, down our arms, over the tummy, over the backside, down our legs. And just that sort of refreshing feel. I mean, whether it's a shower or maybe standing under a waterfall, I've never had the opportunity to stand under a waterfall, but it looks so appealing. The idea of, water just washing down, cleansing, and you feel refreshed. And when you feel refreshed, you can smile again because
Yeah.
you feel, you know, cool and calm and
Mm.
fresh. And it's
Oh.
also a very peaceful time. Problem solving in the shower is common.
Yeah.
The thought, the
Yeah.
solution
Yeah.
is just really helpful, I find. And it's as if those, the soothing sensation relaxes you and the thoughts can come forward and solve the problem.
That's really nice, Kate. That's actually really, that's a really good sort of little meditation, actually, isn't it? Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, I use something similar to that, just because, life in the city is always so stressful and so many problems come up at you. I kind of almost imagine that I'm covered in a rather unpleasant substance, and the showering actually clears all that stuff away.
Yes.
A multitude of
Yes.
different problems and bad feelings which get thrown at you and stuff like that, and just let it go so that you are really like completely clean and you're not carrying that kind of grudge or baggage to the next day or something like that. So
yeah,
I appreciate that showering example. I think it's very powerful.
I actually do a personal ceremony for my birthday and for New Year, and it's very much along that, just washing out, thanking for, and then afterwards sort of anointing with oil the blessing or what I want to put into the new year, like a whole new coating and layer of and nourishment. And I've done this for years, and then I wear white quite often. Just it's okay, it's a blank sheet, it's a new start. What do I want to put into this? And it's a simple thing, but it's a demarcation for me, I think, and a whole new start and cleansing. Yeah, thank you.
Would you add makeup and hair styling to that?
Oh yeah, the whole thing. And that's the thing, it's thanking you. And we're back to, actually, we're getting a theme here, back to thanking the body, thanking your being. What are you bringing to the world? I mean, there's so much in that. We really do forget, I think, and again, until our body cries out. And quite often we keep it tamed with yummy treats or whatever we do, or alcohol or whatever, people use to sort of keep the lid on, and instead of really listening to our body. And by the time we start to listen, it's quite often yelling. And I noticed, and I used to do this as an exercise here a lot, I hear Thai people a lot say, "Oh, I'm so old. Oh, my why," which means, "Oh, I can't keep up. I can't do it. Oh, I'm not unable." And I'd hear that a lot. And I'd say, "Excuse me, how old are you?" And they were younger than me.
Yes. Yeah.
And I think, why are you creating this self-fulfilling prophecy? I don't mean, if you're tired, say you're tired, or whatever, but don't keep projecting this stuff into your being. So your body listens, it hears, and you will become what you think of it. And quite often the self-talk, "Oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm too dark, I'm too light, I'm too whatever, I'm too whatever, I'm not enough of." And wow. And instead of really thanking this wonderful vehicle that has us here, loving, caring, experiencing. And I think also quite often religions generally across the board talk about crucifying the flesh, or it's the gateway to sin, or there's such a negative connotation around body, flesh, sensuality, being. I mean, excuse me, why weren't we just born a spirit then? Why are we here in an actual body?
Right, good point, yes. Yeah.
Right? Why are we given this vehicle? And if you have a car, a beautiful car, you don't look after it, what will happen?
Yeah.
So,
we talk about self-love, right? We say that some people don't love themselves enough, and it's not very helpful to them to hear that, I guess, because if they don't, they don't. But I think through physicality, if they start loving details of their body, they might be able to get into that loving more of themselves eventually.
Yes. Inhabiting our space. Well, but it starts with being in your own space, your own suit.
Yeah.
You can't inhabit a space, you can't command a room, you can't, I mean, think of acting. You have to become other things and act other things, but how can you do that if you haven't got your base?
Right, yeah.
Right, where do you start? Where's your anchor? Where are you anchored? So Caprice, give us something.
Oh, okay. Well, when you were talking about all these crises and stuff like that, one exercise came to mind. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start laughing, and I'll just guide you a little bit. Just a little titter. A little bit louder, you know. Now build it up a little bit bigger. And it's now ecstasy. And now you're loving life. But life's not always so helpful. So sometimes you might get a bit of doubt and not laughing so much, but still funny, or maybe not so funny. And oh my goodness me, actually, there are a few problems I've got in my life, and I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to cry, right? But I'm going to cry. Despair. I'm really going to just do myself in and everything. What the hell? But life isn't that bad, is it? No, there is hope. There is.
Yeah.
I remember hope. And here we go again. This is wonderful. Yes, I've got my power back. Oh, have I? Oh no, I haven't. No, I was just deluding myself. Oh dear. What am I going to do now? Who can I turn to? And that works very well with a big group of people because they go in their own rhythms. And what happens, Sue, very often when it's a big room of people and they're doing different rhythms, you look around and while you're laughing really loudly, someone else is weeping, and then it's a bit crazy because they're on different rhythms and their emotions. But it's quite a nice the connection between weeping, despair, and a real belly laugh, and whatever. It's interesting that it's can be connected on the same plane in a way. Yeah.
Actually, the chemicals you produce when you laugh and you cry are quite similar in many ways. And I've often said, and you've probably heard it, that tears are as equally welcome as is laughter.
Right. Would you do a weeping workshop one?
Yes, and so yeah, we should actually. But I've had people actually, and this is, I've had it happen more than once, where people, laughter is the gateway drug. So it opens up people's emotions that maybe have not been opened or accessible. And the moment it opens, I've seen the weeping start. I've seen, and you think of it, sometimes we laugh so hard we cry.
Yes, yeah.
And it's this bundle and barrel of release of emotions. And I think we do ourselves injustice as laughter practitioners to go, well, come on, just laugh at it. No, maybe you need to swear and yell at it and cry at it. And I said to Francine Shaw recently, she's a fantastic laughter person and teacher and leader. And she was talking about how she loves to use the F word a lot. It's one of her favorite words. And anybody who knows me knows it's one of my favorite words. And I said, well, you have to realize actually swearing in the right situation can be really good for you because it's a release, as long as you're not hurting other people or whatever. But you're producing endorphins. So I said, I might suggest that swearing can be the release cousin to laughter. And So in whatever emotion, so it's a vehicle, it's the way you use it, right? So let's do swearing without swearing. Fill in the blanks. You can beep, beepity beep. We'll do it with gibberish and laugh.
Just
Have you ever seen a baby? My daughter would do this. She would laugh, cry, cry, laugh. And I use this as an exercise a lot. There wasn't even a gap. There wasn't a segue. It just, I don't even know how it was like changing a slide. And when we do this exercise, I tell people, when you're in the pits of despair, it feels like it will never end. And you cannot even imagine that it won't end. You really can't. So this exercise, just remember that, yes, you go down, visit that place, but remember there will be the upturn too, and you will come out. And we have, I call it an emotional palette. We have a very large emotional palette that we can access. And the key is to access it, I think, and explore it and look at it and let it speak to you, but also don't let it be the boss. Recently, we did an exercise where talking about these emotions as signposts, not drivers. So they tell us things, they teach us things, but they don't have to drive our entire life all the time. So let's get behind the wheel. Oh, you've got something.
All right, Siamese. So they're Siamese twins, and one learned to drive in England, and the other one wanted to drive, so they had to go to the United States.
Right, let's be Siamese twins. Oh, this is smooth sailing. On roads.
Oh, crashed. Oh.
Very good. Very good.
Good.
Yay. Melissa, you have another one for us, please.
Oh goodness. Well, I was wanting you to do, you do I do the swinging vowels, but can you do something like that, but in Thai? What?
Good. Okay. So it's they have 26 vowels.
Oh, okay.
No, 26 they have 26 consonants or 46 vowels. I mean, it's incredible. There's so many vowels. There's vowels upon vowels. So there's vowels that go before the consonant, above the consonant, behind the consonant, and below the consonant. So we're like vowel dense.
Right.
But I'll tell you what I'll do.
Okay.
I'll teach you to count. I'll springboard from that. So, ning,
Ning,
Sing,
song,
song,
Some.
Some.
See.
See.
Ah, ha, ha, ha.
Oh,
Two.
yeah.
Some.
Oh,
Some. See.
See. Ah, ha,
Now you speak Thai. You can say ha.
oh, ha, ha, ha.
And the best age to be is 55. Forever 55.
Ha, ha,
You have one for us, honey?
That's it. My
Do it.
Siamese
That was
twins.
it. That's your whole
My
thing. Your
Siamese
whole
twins. That was
repertoire.
it. My Siamese twins.
What about a breathing? Give us a breathing exercise. He's the lung guy. Go away. You don't have your rubber chicken.
Yeah, I don't
He
know my
can't
rubber
do it
chicken.
without his rubber chicken.
oh,
Oh, yes, I remember. Rubber chicken.
I know. We'll have to buy you a rubber chicken. Oh, very good. Very good. Yeah. Yes, you know
Yeah.
this one. That's right. KK's reminded you the breathing one. You have to explain it.
So I have to explain it to these people?
really?
Really? All right.
Really?
In for the count of 5. Hold for the count of 5. Down for the count of 5. Hold. Up for the count of 5. Hold. Down for the count of 5. Hold. Up for the count of 5. Hold. Down for the count of 5. Hold. Up for the count of 5. Hold. Down for the count of 5. Up for the count of 5. Okay. Down.
Very good. Very good. Yay. Oh, oh, Let's do it slow. And this time as we do this, let's visualize that we're putting smiling, loving laughter into every cell. And we're thanking our body, but it's like marshmallow here. It's spongy. And it's just as we do it, it's just going into our bodies. Oh, oh.
Ah, 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 oh, oh, ah, ah,
Now let's give it to each other. Oh. Back to ourselves. Now we're coming down. And thank you, body. Give your body a big hug. Thank your heart. Thank your mind. thank yourself for showing up today, every day, in good times and bad times, happy and sad times, for sharing big parts of yourself, your life, your love, your laughter, for being here, and then taking it out into the world to all who need it. And we'll end with my favorite exercise of I love you.
I love you.
As we open
love
our arms to give love, we receive all the love, the joy, the support, the healing, health, and abundance that's available to us. We embrace all emotions and all they teach us and show us, how they lead and guide us. We own them and we direct them. Mwah! Very good. Very good.
Good.
Yay!
Yay.
Oh, look at my arms wiggle when I do that.
That's why you wear sleeves.
Yes, I'm realizing that. I remember once I reached for something on someone's desk, and the person sitting behind the desk, Ty, he was in the Air Force, rather big dignitary, and he goes, "Could you do that again?" And I went, "What?" He said, "Reach for that." So I didn't even look at your arm, and I went, "Oh my God." You know? It's like, don't point that out if you don't know. You have to have humor. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
And lovely to see you, and take care.
Yeah, thank
And
you.
we'll look forward
it-
to next
Yeah.
month.
Yes. We'll go for a walk with you, Kay, at some point. We'll sort of walk out and do it on Zoom. I'll take you around
Okay.
the Ministry of Public Health with the zebras. All the places you remember.
Yes.
Actually, this is really interesting because we've all been in Thailand at different times or in different ways. So it's nice that we have that connection today. The sacred Siamese smile. Yeah. Okay, I love you. See you all next month. Have a wonderful, wonderful, prosperous, abundant, joyful yay month. And good health. Bye. Love you.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.